welcome to yet another edition of We Play Video Games, episode number. Turn that off. Uh, 5, 6. I don't know. I should really. The shtick is getting old. I'll tell you that. Like I should really, pay attention more. Like when I'm making these, and see what was the last one I uploaded. Da 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 da. Scheisse. Oh, god damn it. I think it's 6. I just signed out all my Google accounts. It's been one of those days. I mean, look at my freaking eyes. I am having the allergy attack of the century here. I even had to shave off my fancy twirly mustache because yeah, it was getting pretty bad. Like, let's just say allergy season and giant mustaches do not mix for obvious reasons. But then again, I wasn't here last week. Didn't make a video. I thought about doing it, but I was on vacation. It's like, you know what? I don't need to do that. So let's not. Today we're playing Lollipop Chainsaw, underrated, and apparently it's getting a remaster. This is a day one for me. A little backstory about this. I had actually purchased this used from GameStop a few, maybe 2 or 3 years after. I paid $30. I think I still got it. Hold on. Where are you? Yes, the Lollipop Chainsaw. Originally had it on the PS3, and got a GameStop used. I think I paid $20 for it, maybe 25. It's got some fingerprints on the disc. Those are mine. But yeah, I can't remember exactly. But used copies of this are going for $60 now. So I'm like, score. Um, but I also got it on Xbox, and what you're seeing is the Xbox version. It's just a little better color, not much. But if you know me for a while, it's because I prefer the Xbox controllers over the PlayStation ones. But yeah, so I sat on this game. I bought it, played a few levels, and was like, oh my God, this is awful. This is so bad. Not the combat wise, but the stories, the jokes, kind of the over sexism of it all. I just can't do this. Uh, and a few years later, I saw it sitting in a box, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this a shot. And holy cow, is this game way smarter than it looks. Jokes are hilarious. There's a joke coming up in a few minutes, maybe 20 minutes, where Julia's like, oh, I have to go meet my sensei. And her boyfriend, whose head is on her belt, you can kind of see it bobbing up and down. Oh, sensei, that's teacher, right? And she's like, oh my God, Nick, you speak Japanese. This is great. So she starts speaking Japanese. And he goes, no, I only know that one word. She's like, oh, that's sad. But it's just jokes like that. Uh, they're littered throughout this whole thing. And their jokes are just way smarter than you'd expect from this game. But I guess that has to do with James Gunn's influence. So yeah, he was part of this, and he's actually kind of excited that it's coming back. So yeah, pick up a copy if you can. Too bad it's not backwards compatible, but it's got a shit ton of licensed music, so it kind of makes sense. But this I've already run through one playthrough here, so Julia's pretty strong. A lot of the upgrades, so I'm just plowing through zombies like nothing. But anyway, yeah, I was on vacation. Went to Sedona, Arizona. That's north of Phoenix by about hour and a half or so, 2 hours, depending upon the time of day in Sedona. Roundabouts, that's all they have. Ugh, let me tell you. But it was a good trip. Made sure to do something active every day. So first day, just kind of walked around uptown for 2 miles. Second day, I went to the Baldwin Trail. It's a trail we had done a year ago and kind of struggled, but went through it this time, no problem. What else did we do? We did the Bell Canyon Trail, hiked along the side of that until my wife had an asthma attack, and then we kind of went back. Did the Freight Trail a couple days later. Walked again for like 3.5 miles up north, or like on the uptown area. I say it uptown because it's kind of like where our hotel is. It's like down, so you got to go up this hill. So that's why I call it uptown. But yeah, it is what it is. But in a long time. Watch some TV, watch some movies, watch the D&D movie again. Hilarious. Definitely not as funny the second time when you know all the jokes, but still really good. I watched the TV show From, capital From. That was a weird one. It's like a town where people go, but you can never leave. It's like the Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. No. Doesn't work. Or at least that analogy doesn't work. So yeah, and they kind of. It's how do you describe it with. So people get to this town from all over the United States. And it's not like they drove to the town. It's not like they're 3,000 miles away and drove the car and stopped. They're just kind of magically transported. And they don't know why. And at night, they have these howlers, basically demons that look like humans. Kind of more. They're the chickens, and these things that come out at night are the wolves. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta blow my nose. So yeah, uh, my eyes are red. My eyes are itching like mad. My medications just aren't really kicking in today. But it's been a long 2 weeks, and it's probably going to go on for another week or so. But yeah. So it's just so hard to describe. Other than it's good. It's got some good characters in it. Definitely worth a watch. I think it's on MGM Plus. It was on Prime for a trial. It was actually something my boss recommended me a while back. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. Like, oh, I'm hooked. Cannot wait. New season comes out in a few days, I think. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Um, as far as video games, I played Ghostwire Tokyo, and now that I think about it, maybe I should have used that for the gameplay. But wow, talk about a game that's really good with way too much collectibles. Oh my god, there's so many collectibles in that game, and like the main thing is like collecting spirits. You collect spirits, you turn them in, you get XP, get higher levels. So you spend a lot of time here collecting spirits. But there's a bit of a controversy around it because they released it on it's a Bethesda property, or ZeniMax Bethesda Tango Gameworks. So it's all a part of Microsoft, but it's not. They're a little bit separate. And they released it a year ago on the PlayStation 5, and I picked it up, and I spent like $40 on it. So I even got the steelbook for it somewhere around here. I don't know. I know I have it. Oh no, it's in the drawer with all the PlayStation 5 games. And I tried to get into it, but yeah, just the DualSense controller, something about it. Like I just don't like the placement. I need offset thumbsticks. So I just couldn't get into it. They finally released it on Game Pass a year and a couple days later, and voila. The other thing I think that really helped is that I just kind of dove straight into the main missions. Before I kind of wandered, did a side mission, did some collections, looked around, and it didn't really catch me. So this time around, I decided to just plow into the main game first. And sure enough, by the time I got to the subway system or the underground, the story, like, just caught. and I just had to see it through. But of course, after a while, I did some meandering, collected some souls, got some XP, just kind of explored. But let me tell you, exploring in that game is really fun. It can also be grueling, but then you get to gutsy. So I progressed through the story enough where they had mentioned like you can't get far unless you do this quest. Like if you don't do the quest now, it's going to stop. And so I'm like, okay. So I ran across that quest, and then I ran across another one that had to do with school. It's in the upper left-hand corner of the map, and do it. It is phenomenal. Uh, it's not every day where I could say that a side quest is better story than the main quest, but it is. It is so cool. So you meet a ghost outside, and he basically just says, "Hey, there's some kids trapped in the school." You go to the school, and then you find out these kids are ghost hunting. And while ghost hunting, they ran across a spell that they believe will grant them each one wish. So they cast a spell, and yeah, obviously it's not that. So they summon a ghost, tortured soul to the school, and from there on in, it's just a phenomenal quest. Just if you're playing Ghostwire, find the school, find the quest, the short quest, and do it. Gutsy. Uh, yeah, he just follows you around. It's freaky. It's like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. The ones where like when you're looking at them, they don't move, but as soon as you move, as soon as you look away, like he follows you. I wasted so much ammunition and like just walking up like splatter because you can punch him and then he falls into a bunch of pieces. And then you turn around and he's all he gets right back up. Then you hear little footsteps and everything. So yeah, gutsy, great part of the story. Uh, but I finished that. Was on vacation. I think I must have put. Jeez, I don't know. Let me check. How many hours did I put into Ghostwire Tokyo? Phone is really slow. Da 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 da. Ooh, rewards. Nice. All right, achievements. All right, I only got 38% of the achievements in Ghostwire Tokyo, which to me is that's pretty normal. Um, 1 day, 14 hours and 59 minutes. So what's that? 24 plus 15, 39 hours, and I saved 133,000 spirits. So there is another side game, the Spider's Thread, which I'm gonna hold off on because honestly, I really need to get through Dead Space. I've had this thing in my possession for 2 months now, and I still haven't beat it. So that's what I've been working on for the past few days, just trying to get through Dead Space. And yeah, that's kind of it. There's been no news on the ABK deal. There's the controversy regarding Redfall, the 30 FPS and 60 FPS. Don't think I spoke about that last one because it came out since, but a little disappointed. I may have to just use it play it on the computer to get 60. They said a patch is coming soon, but we'll see. So I preloaded it on the Xbox, but Ravenlock. Yeah, who's talking about Ravenlock? No one. Um, I don't really know what the game is, but I hope it's good. It's kind of got like a voxel vibe to it. Voxel, Alice in Wonderland. I think it's kind of an Alice in Wonderland Souls game, judged from the combat. What they've shown on the teaser trailer, but yeah, they really haven't showed much of it. So I guess we'll find out in a couple days when it gets released. The 5th of May, or is it the 4th? I think it's the 4th or 5th. But so I'll be playing Redfall. through my computer. And then as soon as Ravenlock comes out, I'm just going to play that. And then we're just going to see what happens until the 60 FPS patch hits uh, the Series X. Unless some people I know online are willing to like, slum it with me for a while, play some co-op. In that case, I'll probably hop on. But oh well, we'll see. You never know. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. I also got uh Stray in the mail, so I'm gonna try to play that this week as soon as I finish Dead Space. But yeah, that's it. Other than like going on vacation, kind of staying out of Twitter drama. Twitter is a freaking nightmare anyway. With yeah, oh yeah, Twitter. Anyway, uh, it's almost 10:30. So it's kind of a shorter one. Don't really have too much to talk about because I just spend most of my time on vacation. Um, yeah, that's it. Trying to think if there's anything else. Slow Horses. It's an Apple Plus show. I got through season 2 of that today. That's kind of what I did mostly. Did watch an episode, do some cleaning, watch an episode, do some cleaning. Uh, Stars Gary Oldman, and I was not really convinced after the first season. But second season came around. I'm like, going, okay, it's 6 episodes. I'll check out the first episode, see if it's any better. Because, like, it was okay. It just wasn't anything to write home about. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Season 2 is amazing. It was so good. I don't even want to talk about it other than just say they finally leaned in for using Gary Oldman more. And they kind of really pared down the story. So it's definitely tighter. There's definitely all the different ins and outs and the angles that you get with those little kind of like spy dramas. But yeah, season 2, phenomenal. Season 1's okay. If you haven't seen the second season, if you haven't seen the first season, plow through the first season, then turn on the second season. It is so worth it. So worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I saw a really bad movie today also. Uh, was it Ghosted with Anna de Armas and Captain America Chris Evans? Yeah. Don't. Just don't. It's so bad. You could. It's bad. Just thinking about it makes me tired and want to eat on. I kind of watched it, but I kind of was making dinner and I was kind of checking Twitter. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's it. Recap of everything that's been going on. Not much. And remember, drink more water. It's good for you. Please drink more water. Drink more water. Your body will thank you. 80% of your body will thank you. All right. With that, adios.